I had a very, very good kid, man. I just gave him hands for 4 or 5 rounds. The drive back, and it was just me and Mike, Saturday, summer's morning, 12 o'clock. Mike is like, just looking at me and just nodding, and we just kind of both recognised that time that it's just all going to happen.
Hi and welcome to Shadowboxr. My name is Jacqui-Lee Pryce. Today's guest is a business graduate, is a multi-award-winning Irish boxer who has competed in over 120 amateur fights, Gabriel Dossen. Hey, how you doing?
Hello, Jackie. How are you?
Good to see your face. How is life?
Busy, very busy.
Obviously, you've just turned over kind of the latter part of 2024, obviously training away in secret. Turned over with ProBox TV Official. Talk to me about why you've chosen this platform versus a more traditional promoter.
So me and my manager, David, I've came to him, obviously, and we said we're going to turn professional. We've looked at certain different types of deals with different promotions, and this one just fits us the best. Just gives us the best deal to box all around the world, do everything we want to do, and obviously on the money side of things as well. That's why we're turn professional. We want to get paid. So it's not like any other ones didn't suit us. They didn't really suit us, but there's nothing to discredit any of them.
So for those people that don't know about ProBox TV, it's a free digital subscription service that basically gives fans exclusive access to the ProBox TV content. So it sounds a little bit like almost a Netflix for boxing. Your management is David McGinley, and you're involved with Anthony Crolla, aren't you? The former world champion.
David and Anthony they've obviously worked together before, and they're fairly close. And obviously, Anthony's able to bring Anthony. That's like an Irish way of saying it. Anthony is he obviously him and David can work together to bring the best opportunities for me, and they've both decided to do that. So,
described you as the full package. Believes that you will become a world champion. Praise indeed. Does that pile a lot of pressure, or you're just used to that?
I love pressure anyways. And it's good. Do you know what it is? It's not even, it's more like belief. And it's like, if that's coming from someone who means something to me, and especially he's going to be in my corner, he's going to be there in the ring with me. So, not in the ring with me, but in the sideline with me. So, it's good that he believes in me. That's what I need. You need people around you to believe in you and feel like you're not the only one that sees your dream. So, if he can see that, we can both work on that. I can accept everything he says. We can listen. That's it. It's just a bit of, it's perfect.
And obviously you are staying with your old amateur coach, which is, I like to see this. I do like to see when an amateur coach kind of sees and guides you through. You've got one coach for the whole of your career. So why stay with Mike?
Me and Mike, we have a brilliant relationship. We're probably I don't know. We're just too good together. And Mike has brought me from when I had no titles to winning every single title. Every single title I have on my name comes from Mike. So there's no reason for me to change up on him. We can adapt. We have adapt. We can change things up. And you know what it is? Since the new year, even we're just doing so much different things together now. And I'm just loving it. He's even brought I'm not saying there was a spark gone, but he's have to bring in a new spark in. And we're doing we're training one-on-ones, and it's just beautiful, and it's lovely to have. So I don't even think in small possible amount of time I could even gel with that with any other coach. So yeah, Mike is the full package, and Mike has trained over how many champions? Obviously all amateur champions. And Mike came 17 years old, started coaching, had a bit of a boxing background, didn't box much himself, and he did all that. So imagine what he could do in the pro game.
Yeah, I think one of the good things about being an amateur coach, and we're talking about Mike Mongan from Olympic BC, by the way. The good thing is you get to see so many different styles. You get to work with different boxers and kind of hone your craft. But obviously, I'm guessing in a sense that he's now learning on the job as well in terms of the pro style, and maybe that's the thing that's re-injected some kind of vigor into his coaching.
Yeah, we're both learning together, and anyways, I don't even think within like, obviously I'm well accredited boxer. We've done everything each other. Like when it's time to get tough, we'll know what to do.
So let's take it right back to the beginning. You came to Galway by way of the Ivory Coast. Your mum's Ethiopian, your father's from Liberia, and you're born in a refugee camp. Obviously, you get to Galway in the early years. Can you kind of remember what that was like, the early years growing up in Ireland?
Nothing that really sparks anything out. I just remember just training, going to school. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just normal kid.
What prompted you to start boxing?
So my dad did like a bit of semi-pro kickboxing before. So he was always big into boxing. We always watched boxing at home. Regardlessly, Mum would watch boxing, but she won't watch me box, but she'd watch boxing. I've always been a fan of boxing. I remember just watching like De La Hoya, watching Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. I think that was when like the welterweight was probably the biggest weight at the time. Yeah, we were loving it, and I have all the DVDs, and it was just something that I always wanted to do. So, and finally, like at the age of like 8 years old, Dad brought me to a boxing gym. A few years later, then Gabriel wins his first national title after losing like 5 finals/semi-finals, and then Mike is the one that changed that around, and yeah. We've been green light since then. I think I went like 7 years undefeated in Ireland. So.
I just picked up on the fact that you lost 5 Irish finals before you actually won one. So a lot of people are probably quite surprised by that. How do you keep motivated in that situation? Does that come from you? Does that come from Dad? Does that come from Mike? How do you stay motivated?
It came from Dad because it was never enough, Jimmy. You just always want the titles. And everyone around me, like I wasn't in Olympic at the time, but everyone in Olympic was winning titles. I went to school with all these boys, and it's just like kept losing final, another final lose, lost another semi-final, lost the final again, semi-final again, final again, and you just wanted one of these big square sheets behind me, like just to say Gabriel Dossen, Irish champion, did it. So yeah, once we finally got one, we cracked the code, and boom, we couldn't stop getting them. Now I don't have enough space for them.
It's almost like everything started to fit into place at that point.
Yeah, it did. Like so, yeah, I made the Irish team then for the first year. Boxed at a few internationals, underage, won a few medals.
Talk to me about the first time you actually cracked the code. That fight. Can you remember the moment when you were like, I know this is my day?
It wasn't a fight. It was the year. I don't know. There was a couple of like significant moments that spark out of me. And obviously, I think just before that, when I was 16, just before that, our club was so busy. Like every weekend we were fighting. I think I had 28, 29 fights that year, just that year. Yeah, because in our preseason we were club show here, and every week we're just traveling and we're just gaining loads of experience. I was fighting at the time I was never Irish champion, so every person I was getting in the ring with, they were previous champions in this way, champions in that way, and everything just started clicking. And then I remember I fought some lad from up north, and he was a couple time champion, European medalist, captained the Irish team like 2 years before that, and beat him. Because I beat him in the regional and he was the national champion, he was still able to go to the nationals. Because there's some mad rule in Ireland that if you're a national champion but you get beaten in the early stage, you can still go to the finals. So I had to meet him again in the finals after beating him in the regional. So then that would just cause loads of hype and stuff like that. And it was good luck. And then beat him again, then finally won that. But I only got to represent Ireland after I won, like, the youths. I remember me and Mike were going down to spar down the country. It was still kind of iffy because I was the year below, we're fighting the lads the year older. I'm just back from winning my own age title. Now can we go off and do it and beat both lads? And we came back from sparring. I sparred a very, very good kid, man. I just gave him hands for 4 or 5 rounds. And Mike was talking. We were on the drive back. It was just me and Mike Saturday, summer's morning, 12 o'clock. Mike is like, just looking at me and just nodding, and we just kind of both recognized that time that it's just all going to happen. And then end up winning the youths, end up going to the won a world bronze medal, and then I think it was that car drive home because the kid who we sparred was very, very good. It was Kieran Malloy at the time. We went to go spar Kieran. We had the best spar ever, and Kieran at that time was well accredited. Like he was 16 years old, 17 years old, training with the senior team, and like I think that was my first time in the ring with him as well. So it was just unreal. I love the spar. We enjoyed it. We punched the heads off each other. We just gave 2 and 2. But like he was way levels above me at that time. I could prove I could be in the ring with him, and it was just like bang. So from that day on, I remember that day like it was yesterday. So I think that's the day, not when everything clicked, but that's the day when we knew it clicked. When we knew this is it. Like,
There's like this realization. It's interesting because I think it's a combination of having a great boxing talent versus a great mentor and coach, but putting those two things together and that person sacrificing, I mean, everyone sacrifices, but sacrificing a lot of time and effort in order to make this thing take off. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think it was a bit of a mental block. Maybe I was just kind of like, obviously losing 5 finals in a row. You're like it's going to be 6 finals in a row. It's going to be 7 finals in a row. You just might as well just keep getting to finals. And I've seen it happen to other kids. And now I'm older, and some of them kids have still never won All Ireland titles, and they're my age, and they're like, ah. So I think there was maybe just like maybe a confidence thing or whatever. But Mike diminished that and helped me get through all that together. So yeah, after that, then I just couldn't believe anyone we could be beaten. We just couldn't be beaten together. So yeah, once that realization comes in and we trust each other, boxing, and like that's what I'm saying. Like the way we are strong together.
I remember meeting you for the first time. I think were you 16, and it's interesting because there was this massive buzz about you, and I don't think you were really aware of it. I think
that was my breakthrough year. So that was after I won them titles, and that was after. Even at that point, remember the realization time I told you we were talking about with Mike when we came home on that trip. That was after that. So even at Haringey, it still wasn't set in stone like that.
Like I say, it was beautiful because you saw the two things, the great talent plus great coaching just married together, and I think also the respect that you were giving Mike, because some kids when they get to a certain level, their head starts to go, but there was a mutual respect which I thought was beautiful. So talk to me. You get your first championship, and then what happens after that? What else did you win after? I'm talking at national level.
We got our first championship after having about 30 fights that year. Then me and Mike said there was nothing happening that year really. So we just traveled everywhere. We went to Haringey, we went to Eindhoven, we went to Sweden, we went to Denmark, and we just kept boxing. I think I know just kept winning best boxers, winning gold medals after gold medals after gold medals. It was just a big run. So yeah, it was beautiful. And then we went to the World Championships and won a World Bronze medal later on that year.
Was that 2016? The World Youth Championships?
2016. I went to Haringey twice. So I was underage when I met you, innit?
Yeah, you were quiet as well. I can't even remember. I think you were still a junior.
Was Paddy Donovan with us?
I'm not sure Paddy was there. I'll tell you who was there. He was a quality boxer. James, what's James' surname?
James Cleary.
Cleary! Oh my days! It was James Cleary and his brother. I don't think Paddy was there. I think I met Paddy when I came to Ireland. James Cleary, what a flipping talent!
Yeah, what a talent. It was unreal.
Fast forward, you then go on and win a bronze medal at the World Youth Championships. Everything seems to be going well. What year did you win the Senior Elite European Championship?
I won that 2019. As soon as I turned 18, I think I won it the first year. Was I 18? Yeah, something like that, 2019. Two elite titles. I was injured for one. Didn't enter another one. COVID missed another one. Yeah, it's been all over the place.
Let's talk about that whole period with COVID, because obviously you're on a roll. You're expected to go to the Tokyo Olympic Games, and then obviously for people that don't know, you got injured, didn't you?
Yeah, I tore my knee. So I tore 2 ligaments in my knee. I tore my meniscus and I tore my MCL. So went for surgery, and it was a long recovery, very very long, 13, 14 months before I got back in the ring. Yeah, it's just a tough time because you don't know if you're ever going to box again. I can't even walk. I was bedbound for like 5-6 weeks, and then obviously we had a few problems within the recovery where my knee just kept swelling up again, and it just took me back another few months. And Like every time it would inflame, it would take us back. Like we would have to start again, like 3 weeks back. And like this is just literally from taking 10 extra steps a day from something so small, put us back for so many weeks. So yeah, it was just tough mentally battling. And also like you're growing up at that time as well. So like just not even being able to like socialize, not being able to do anything. Like you're a kid, 19 years old, and you're stuck at home, and you can't walk and you can't do nothing.
And just put that into perspective that Beterbiev, I think he had his operation and got back into the ring quite soon after. Just put that into perspective of how difficult that is.
Yeah, he must have some kind of magic witch doctor, because he did it. Yeah, I don't know how he did it. It's obviously the rehab. Once my knee was back, it was the confidence to being able, oh shit, is my knee going to hold up? Is it going to be okay? Am I still able to move how I move? Like, 'cause I'm a mover, like, you know what I mean? Am I still able to flow and move how I move? Is it going to tweak? Is it not going to tweak? Because all these times during training, like you're still moving and you're still feeling pain. So when you're told it's 100%, and then it backfires on you, then you're told it's 100% again, and it backfires again. And then now you're fighting, you're like, man, it's been my leg has been backlashing at me for ages. Just gonna go again. And it's just the fear of it actually being finished altogether. Not even the fear of you not being able to move, it's the fear of you actually tearing it again and have to go through the whole process of 13 months before I get back in the ring again. So that's really what sits in the back of your head. It's not really about losing the fight or not being able to move. It's about tearing it and have to do the whole thing again.
I understand that. I had an e-op as well, and it's crazy because the smallest thing can just make it blow up. You can just like you said, walk a few steps and it's like, what is going on? And it's the rotation as well, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it was very tough getting back into training and stuff, doing things, and it's hard as well when you train together with a team and you're watching everyone doing everything you love, and then you're like, I can't do that. I can't do nothing. I mean, you're very limited, and yeah, it's just part of the process, isn't it? So everyone gets injured.
But you do make it back, but then you make it back in a different weight category, and then you're trying to go for, I'm guessing, Paris 2024. And what kind of happened with that? Was it too hard to then catch up, if that makes sense?
Before that, I had another elite title. We won the Europeans in 2022, and then I remember we were training together, and then I remember 75 kilo got removed from the Olympics, and now we have to move up to 80. It wasn't by choice. It was tough shifting all that weight up, and also fighting another skilled fighter who's champion there for years as well. So it's just, yeah, it was just not really, it wasn't convenient. That's the only word. But like, I'm not gonna make excuses. We prepared for that fight. We got ready for that fight. We got close fight. We got beat. That was it. Like, so. But I'm going back down because I think that's where I move best. So you want to see Gabriel in the ring at super middleweight, 168, taking over the world.
I like the attitude. I mean, it was for me watching that. It seemed a bit tough because it was Keelan Cassidy, and obviously you two are friends. But the love and respect between you, and you took it on the chin, which I think is always very gracious. What is it? You don't lose, you learn.
And don't get robbed.
We said we don't talk about robberies.
And we don't talk about robberies.
We don't talk about robberies. One of the best things, though, to come out of that period, I'm guessing, is you did kind of knuckle down with your studies, and you came away with a degree, didn't you, in business studies?
Business with accounting, yeah. I can run my books now. Qualified in tax.
Looking back at that time, with hindsight, are you kind of grateful for that period out of boxing, because I'm guessing it's allowed you to build another foundation?
Yeah, Mum has always emphasised my degree in college and stuff like that. So just in case, because obviously, like, not everything in life is certain, and we kind of learned a bit like that when I was recovering from my knee. So yeah, we took the time just for me to go to college, study, have a degree behind me, because boxing is a short game. You don't have boxing forever. I'm gonna box for maybe the next 12 years of my life. Give it the best shot I can. Do everything I can. Enjoy the fruits of the sport, and then leave it then.
I'm guessing with hindsight, just having that break from boxing and going through the doubt of whether you'll be able to get back on the road to recovery, having this degree has probably given you some sort of backup just in case plans don't work out.
Obviously, nothing in life is a given, so we just took the time. Obviously, when I was injured, that we just kind of came together and said, yeah, we get a degree, and obviously, I'm just interested in mostly business and accounting. So, did a business with accounting degree. Took about 3-4 years, 100%. And we just always have something to fall back on because boxing is not. It's a short game, really. You only boxing for probably 12 more years. So it's not many years in boxing. We'll have to go outsource and do something else with all that money when we get it. So
very wise. It sounds like you're a really high achieving family as well. You've got 4 other siblings, haven't you? You've got a brother that plays football. I know your sister plays football as well. Got another sister that boxes. How can you have so much talent in one family?
Good genes, good water, good food.
Talk to me about your sister.
Oh, my little sister Ruth.
Yeah, your little sister obviously is kind of paving the way also in the amateur scene. Talk to me about how the kind of things that she's been getting up to.
So currently she's just a little kid. She's studying her junior cert, and loves boxing. She's like, I remember, she's like the age of 9, 10, asking me to come boxing training. Or I wanted to box and all this, and I'm like, you don't need to box, like you'll be okay. I'm just mad to get in the ring, mad to train. Like I think it was 1 year for Christmas, she asked me for boxing gloves, and I was like, what is a 10-year-old girl looking for boxing gloves for Christmas? Like, which is very, very absurd. Like, it's so weird. Like I'm like, what are you doing? So anyways, then brought her to the club, did the whole shebang for her, coached her myself. Every bit of fundamental trick, everything I've taught her. She boxes both stands. She's the whole little package anyways. As a little kid, 14 years old. And she's in our club. Our club produces champions, so she just grew up around the right environment and right place. She's the best people around her. So yeah. And currently she's training for her Connacht. Our regionals are starting soon. And then she has the World Championships, Junior World Championships this year. Hopefully she makes a team and goes out and see medals.
Ruth Dossen. Go follow her on social media and watch her journey. Because listen, if she's got the skill set you have, then she's definitely gonna do big things in the business. So do you have a date for your debut as yet?
I do, but I'm going to wait for it to be announced. So
you can tell me after.
I can tell you after. It's either going to be over the pond near you or in Ireland. But can't wait to get the first one underway now. So we're literally new week, new camp, and we're just putting it all together. I just love it. I love being back into this little. It's like I'm training for World Championships again, or for Europeans, or for a national title again. It's just the energy, the spark within me is just unreal. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it every second of it, and it's a whole new journey and it's a whole new scene. So I'm just taking it all in.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing your debut. Listen, it's brilliant. I think you've come into the sport of professional boxing at the right time. I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised at your skill set, and they're going to get behind you. Listen, wishing you all the luck in the future. Thanks ever so much for giving me your time.
You're very welcome, Jacqui.